Okay, so it looks like the camera cut me off again. I really need to get a new SD card. And I lost a bit of footage there. So what I did, what I think you missed is me tightening down the uh, cylinder bolts, putting on this little throttle linkage here. I put that in so the throttle is connected to the carb now. And I've tightened the flywheel and the clutch. Basically what I did for that, I just used some trimmer line and I feed it into the cylinder. And I basically go almost to top dead center. So I put the piston almost to the top, so I don't go out through the exhaust port with the line or through one of the transfers. And then I just block it off like that. So this is plastic, it won't hurt anything. So use that instead of a piston stop because I don't have one. So this is tightened down, the clutch as well, cylinder as well. Put the linkage in. I'm gonna do a few more small things, and I'm gonna put the top wrap on the top handle, and then I want to actually put the recoil back on it and see if we have spark, because I can't remember if I tested the coil and the igniter. I think I did. I think we do have spark with them, but I have to test again. I can't remember. Okay, so the small thing was this one, and it's the idle screw that I took out when I was disassembling the saw. So the idle screw has basically there's a screw with this pointed end, and it has a spring, so it's under some tension, and it goes in right here. I'm just gonna put that in. And we're gonna give it just a little bit of tension. Okay, we'll see where we're at with that later. This is, I also have some give in this linkage. When I press the throttle, I have this much, so maybe if you can, so about this much of play in it, because basically this hole here and the throttle arm that comes from the trigger is worn out, so there's a bit of play there. And without this, if I turn it back out, so when it's not touching, let me maybe just zoom in a bit so you can see better. So when I turn this out and it's not touching the throttle plate here, I have it kind of sticks before it starts. I'm not sure if that's because when I turn it by hand, it doesn't stick at all. I don't feel that. Only when I do it via the throttle itself. So I've noticed when I do this, well, actually I've noticed that just now, but I thought it might help. When I do this and I give it a bit of twist, it's much nicer. So that's good for now. We have just about everything else here. We don't have the switch installed yet. I have to put that in, but something odd is going on with this one. The switch itself is sort of okay, it's not the best, but I tested it with the continuity tester on the multimeter, it works fine. But this tab here, it seems like it's been cut off, snipped off. This one goes to the coil to cut off the spark. Turn this off and I can connect that's all fine, but then this bottom what's it called, connection or terminal is not making contact to anything, and I don't know how it's supposed to earth out the saw, so I'll have to see what to do with that. Besides that, I have the choke lever here, and let's see, we can put that in. I think this goes from the outside, this little grommet, and just feed that in here. I'll just push in that grommet first. Might be easier to work it in like that when I have some play. And I will need something thin and sharp, something like this too. I don't know if you can see that, but I have to pull it in from the back. Pull it through the hole. Actually, I might be able to do it without the choke lever. See if we're still running here. Yep. Might do it without the choke lever, and then fish it through the grommet later. Let's see if that works, so I don't damage the rubber. Okay. So let's see. This is how it looks here. Just, yeah, beautiful. Perfect. Whoop, sorry, couldn't see it. Perfect, just went in. Just kinda actually turned it around, twisted it in. Not sure if I caught that on camera, so just put it in like this. Yeah, twist. And then, okay. And then we connected to the choke, to the choke plate on the carb, and there we go. That's our choke. Works perfect. Nice. Okay. Tools flying everywhere. Throttle works. Fast idle works. Choke works. Nice. Okay, now we can, what should we put in next? Let's say the handle. And this is actually 266 SG, I might have said that earlier, can't remember. And it has a heated handle. It should actually have both handles heated, but this rear one on the tank, I don't know where the disconnect is. I see no wires coming from it at all, from the tank, from the handle, and I don't see any way to open this up. This is kinda like encased in resin. I think it should be a screw here. There's a pin there, and I didn't want to force this handle apart just to get it heated, because I don't think I'll be using this saw in the winter anyways. Not much really to do here. I'm not professional, so I'll be happy if this top handle works. I'll be very happy with that. So I will try to connect that. Oh yeah, and this wire is cracked right here, and I think the other one is cracked here. So I'll actually take some tape first, just some electrical tape, and tape that up so we don't get the short anywhere when we test this out. If it works at all. I don't know if the generator works on this thing. Be right back. Okay, and that's done. So just put some black tape to insulate these wires nicely. Okay, and let's get this handle back on here. So I just have to keep these wires in order somehow, and maybe I'll be able to show you where they go. Okay, so the handle goes back here, and the wires go through this this hole in the case. So that one right there. And hopefully I can get that through. These wires are fairly brittle also, so I'm trying not to bend them if I don't have to. Although that's easier said than done, because they have to go through all kinds of strange angles here, and I have no idea where they actually went originally. Oh, I actually have to go get this one through first, because it has this connector on, and otherwise I couldn't get it through. And this has to go up and over, so I'm guessing this goes under here. Oh shit, if I don't have enough space here, that's gonna be interesting. Let's maybe bend this straight, and this is not in the best shape either, but it's really old. Okay, nice, it went through. And I have no idea where it goes on the other side. Maybe, no, it should go here, should go, damn, how is this put together? I can't remember, because if I put this on now, I won't be able to, if I pull it through all the way, I won't be able to pull it here. Oh, I'm guessing it went through this one. Not sure if you can see that, but I think it went through this hole as well. There's a little grommet here that has the kill wire. Yeah, that's basically the only place where it can go through with the connector. And since I have it with the connector disassembled, then should be possible to reassemble it the same way. Maybe. Hopefully. If I don't kill anything else. I've put this grommet in and everything when I was putting the coils back in, and now I need to get it off somehow. Okay. An awl comes in handy. I believe that's an awl, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's an awl. Yep. Pointy thing on a stick with a handle. You guys know Ahmed the terrorist? It's like a puppet show. American comedian does it. He has a friend with a I believe a jalapeno on a stick. So something like an awl. Okay. Bad jokes aside, we can fish these wires through now, and I think I'll pull the other one there as well, but yeah, I won't be able to get to it to connect it. It's too short right now, and I'm guessing it broke at some point. It broke off, but maybe I will be able to get to it. Maybe not. If not, I'll pull it here. I'll pull it out on this end and just extend it so it can go down to a second switch. Haven't shown you that one yet, but we'll try to do that in a second when we get this handle in position and mounted. Should we put some thread locker here? Probably a good idea. Thread locker on everything. That's a good motto when it comes to chainsaws, I think. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but we have 1 screw, 2 screws, and we'll just put those in. And yes, I know this would be much easier with the socket, but we've had snow here actually yesterday, and I haven't cleaned out the access to my workshop. Well, the future workshop at least. I have some of my tools there. Basically a shipping container, a 20-footer. Hopefully I'll make a shop there. Right now it's storage, of course, but it's snowed in. I didn't clean out the path yet, and I kind of have an issue. I don't have any normal side doors on it, so I can't get in easily when it's frozen. If you've ever seen any shipping containers, you know they have those big double doors, basically with rubber seal around, and that's a bit of a problem when it sticks due to ice. Okay, one of these is a bit out. I think it's this one. Okay, just so it fits flush here and it doesn't kink too much behind the handle itself. Just trying to align it nicely. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's get the wrench back. Okay, perfect. Now we can put in the bottom screws. Put some thread lock on there as well, some Loctite. We can find the holes. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes they need a bit of help to align. Got some screws up in my head loose, but no worse than what's going on in your parents' bedrooms. Oh, if only I had my sockets here. Well, I guess I should be happy I have anything. And these have a really long thread, I was surprised. They go on forever. And because they're recessed in the handle here, they're a bit hard to tighten down with just a normal wrench. There's not a lot of room to work with, but I think we can get them tight enough. Maybe recheck that when you actually get this all running. That would be nice. I would like to see this thing up and running again. Okay, perfect. Nice. Look at that. Now that looks like a chainsaw again. Almost. Okay, so we have that, we have that. We have the cables here, and this runs through this same grommet. You can see that. So both of these wires go through here. It has a cutout. I am fairly sure of that now. Okay, perfect. Now I think we can put the shield on I've tightened down that one. This is ready. Okay. Get you guys out a bit. Maybe this is a odd angle to view this at. Hopefully it makes sense. This should be here. This has some plastic pins that align, and this is kind of this plastic is kind of it's kind of warped a bit. Hopefully that won't cause many issues. Yeah, this one threads up here, and trying to get it into a better position so you guys can see that. So this line for the generator threads in the what's this called? Air. I think it's like an, I don't know, can't remember. Anyways, it plugs in here, goes along this black plastic thing, plugs here, and that's about it. I don't know if this is actually connecting really well, because this plastic is all warped. What's going on? Oh, okay, this has some kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but this has some kind of pin here. Let's see, it's out of focus a bit, and it's not aligning really well with the plastic. Take my awl again. Maybe I can make this fit. Ah, shit. Woo! Okay, maybe that one first. Then that one. Yeah, nice. There we go. There we go. Probably something in the way here as well. That's why, yeah, maybe this. Okay. So now, we check here. See that these two white fins go through the black plastic, and now we can plug it in nicely. There we go. Perfect. Okay, nice. Have that in. Have the other lines in. This one, this one goes under the blue wire. Wish I saw that sooner. No matter. No matter, we'll get there because it goes through here. So, see that? So the one from the igniter goes under the blue wire because it has this groove in the plastic here that holds it in place. Perfect. Now let's get zoomed out a bit again. Let's see. Have the recoil here. And this, if you can see, 266 SG, it's a bit worn out, but it's actually in fairly good condition. Nothing broken off. Looks pretty nice actually. This has been a saw that probably a logger or someone like that used. It's been used quite a lot, so, but this works. I think that will be okay. So we can put that on, line it up with the poles on the, okay, perfect. Poles on the flywheel. Now we need the 4 screws that hold this in place. Where did I put those? There we go. So 4 screws. I don't think I'll put any Loctite on these. Hopefully they won't fall out. I don't think these had any. Thread locker on them at any point. I hate it when I lose screws. I have this side lawnmower by Alco. some kind of, I don't know, German or Russian or something company. It's not the highest end thing in the world. It cuts the grass nicely, but it's like for every time I want to cut with it, cut some grass, I lose a screw or two because it shakes and it vibrates like crazy. It really drives me crazy losing screws. And with chainsaws, of course, they're a bit special anyways, because of the threads and sizes and quality. Okay. Nice sound, yeah. Okay, let's see if we have any spark. Hopefully this makes a good connection, and I'm just gonna turn off this light. I don't know if you guys will be able to see anything here, or if I will be. There is a spark. It's not really a strong spark. That has me worried. That has me worried a bit. Yeah, probably won't be able to see it from there. But we do have spark. Maybe that'll be enough. Okay. Let's see what's next. Get some light back in here. So, have a spark plug. I think this one will be okay. I think someone changed it. Okay. Perfect. It's okay, that's okay. So we'll need to put in some oil at some point. Yeah, I haven't connected the wire for the heated handle. We have an extra switch for that, which goes down here, but I'll do that later. I have to solder this wire and basically make a ground for it somewhere. Yeah, it needs a ground, because I have one wire going from the handle to the switch, and then the switch should be grounded to the case, but I have no idea where. So we'll see about that. That's not really important, all that much. And let's see how much compression we have. Oh yeah. Woo! That has a lot of compression. I have this muffler. I think it will be good for testing. So I think someone went in here with a screwdriver or something, because when I look inside the muffler itself, it looks good. When I take it up to the light, there's no rust in it actually at all, and I'm quite surprised. So I'm just gonna blow it out a bit and use that muffler, at least for now. What we do have to put in are these studs for the muffler, and these go straight into the cylinder. Okay. And I do believe someone lost the original, at least one of the original nuts for the muffler at some point. This one might be an original, it's older, it's more crusty, but the other one definitely isn't. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I need another. Okay. in for now. And when we put the muffler on, we can finally try it out. See if it runs after all that. Okay, yeah. It's not going in. Let's get out the good old pliers and try it like that. This is just screwing it in. This is a bitch, I don't know how they do it. Let's try to push these two nuts to the end of the thread. And then use them to push, to screw this in. I hope I didn't cross thread that, but it did go easily in the beginning. Whew, this is not going in. I'm just gonna destroy the thread on this stud. Okay, hello folks. Where did we leave off the last time? I couldn't get this stud into the cylinder. So in the end I just took a pair of vice grips and I cranked it in. I'm not sure what's going on, if this one has maybe a damaged thread in the back here, or if the hole in the cylinder is not perfectly machined or something of that nature, but I got it in, put the old muffler on, and I got a new nut here for this side because I ruined that replacement one that we had before. But now I think it's time we try to start this up. Nothing else left to do. I tightened up the clutch, tightened up the flywheel, we have the recoil back on, and this thing, I think you've seen it, but it really thumps. It's really hard to pull over. I have only about 15 thousandths of squish on the cylinder. I'm not sure if that will be too low. I might just blow it up when it heats up the first time, but you know, we'll see. First thing I'm gonna do before anything else, I'm gonna adjust the carb because I don't know where it's at. Let's see if I can get you maybe a bit closer on this part. Okay, something like that. So I'll go all the way in until the adjustment screw seats about there, and then I'll go 1 1/4 turns out. So let's see, we have half, 1 1/4. I've put some marks on this old screwdriver so I can follow that more easily. Let's see where this one was at. This should be the low jet. So let's see, that's half, 1, that's it. So it was 1 turn. I'm gonna put it a bit richer on the low end till we start. So that's half, 1 1/4. Okay, and leave it at that. And I think I'm gonna give it just a bit more idle. Put it there. Okay. Now we'll see with that setup if it starts. I need to put in some oil and gas and the cap, of course, and then we'll see if we can start it. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this thing pops. So I'll give it a choke, and I'll give it a few pulls to prime it. Okay, good start. Good sign, good sign. Okay, have to choke it there so it dies, because the kill switch is not working. But nice, at least it works. Beautiful. Okay, I'll try to tune it up a bit, and I'll try to heat cycle it, and then I'll see where we're at. Beautiful.